Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Becca Reynolds. My pronouns are she, her. I am a woman of mature years. I'm a redhead with my hair in a ponytail, and I'm wearing a black, green, white flowery dress. We want to welcome everybody to First UU. If this is your first time here, or your third, or your 50th, we welcome you. We're very happy to have you among us. Let us begin by acknowledging that we are gathered on a traditional territory of the Niuaconska people, known sometimes by the name Osage. The descendants of the people who were forcibly removed from this land make up the Osage Nation. We acknowledge their continued struggle for justice. Our chalice lighting today is by Becca Gray. An opening thought from the Buddhist tradition comes from the Buddha. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Our chalice lighting reading comes also from Buddhism. May I become at all times, now and forever, a protector for those without protection, a guide for those who have lost their way, a ship for those with oceans to cross, a bridge for those with rivers to cross, a sanctuary for those in danger, a lamp for those without light, a place of refuge for those who lack shelter, and a servant to all in need. Our opening words today come from Tibetan Buddhism. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the happiness that knows no suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment and anger that holds some close and others distant. Our song for the month of December, our theme is living love through presence, is I Seek the Spirit of the Child. It's number 338 in the Gray Hymnal. And please stand as you are willing, if you so desire. And the lyrics will also appear on the screens above us.
A child who meets life naturally, the child who sings the world alive and greets the morning sun with glee. And a gift to our hearts. rise instinctively, who lights our day with just a smile and shines that light on all we see. Children are real beyond all fears. May I see hope's a gift to our tears. The wonder of a child who sees delightfully. Now clouds in cloud, now golden sun. Imaginations true and free. Children are real beyond all eyes. May I see faith a gift to our eyes.
Good morning. My name's Anna. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a white woman in my late 30s with some graying hair. I've got jeans on today and a sweater. I'm going to share the time for all ages. In the Tapestry of Faith, Building Bridges workshop created by the UU World Religions, they explored Buddhism. Participants learn fundamental concepts of Buddhism. They also learn about Zen, a major branch of Buddhism. They experience more deeply how Buddhist precepts appear in people's lives and further explore Buddhism's ties to Unitarian Universalism. Don't use what you learn from Buddhism to be a Buddhist. Use it to be better whatever you are already. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. The tendency of the human brain to flash from one idea to another is often referred to in Buddhism as the monkey mind. Most of us understand this immediately. Even when we try to concentrate on something we really like, our thoughts can be unmanageable, leaping around like a monkey. Today's media reinforce short attention spans, and our monkey minds grow more ungovernable by the day. The Buddhist answer? Meditation. Bringing focus and stillness to our minds on a regular basis, even for short periods, will increase our attention spans over time and allow us to give energy to whatever is most important to us, escaping the tyranny of the monkey mind. Try a sitting meditation for just 10 minutes a day. If you miss a day, just take it up again the next day. Overall consistency is what's important. Set a timer or an alarm clock so you don't have to check the time. Sit comfortably with your back supported or lean against a meditation pillow so you can completely relax. Try to relax your body totally. Clear your thoughts and concentrate only on your breathing. In and out, in and out. Don't force anything. Don't try to change anything. Just observe. If your thoughts wander, and they will, gently bring them back. After a few sessions of this brief time meditating, see if you are feeling calmer and more centered. Out in the sanctuary and on the bulletin board are the 8 verses for training the family. Please take a copy home if you would like. If you didn't get one, let me know and I can make another copy, trying to preserve the trees. Review the 8 verses for training the mind, and while they may seem foreign to us in some respects, these teachings support peaceful relationships, especially among people who fundamentally trust each other. Perhaps you can apply the precepts of the 8 verses to your own life. They may also prove beneficial to your family. With members of your family or with a group of friends, undertake to rewrite the 8 verses in a language that makes sense to you. Paraphrase the ideas in a way that might help you frame how to think about, live in harmony with, and benefit each other. When you have the verses in a form you like, post them in a shared place in your home so you all can be reminded. When you have undertaken something so important and valuable, why not share it with others? Once you have the 8 verses in a form that is powerful and useful to you, share it. If you have an email account, Use an especially wonderful fragment of your version of the 8 verses as your email signature. If you have a Facebook page or a blog, post it there. Write about it for a school assignment, send it to a newspaper as a letter to the editor, or to your website promoting world peace. Spread your own message of peace, love, and understanding. I'm going to pause. Me and Kennedy are going to head downstairs. If anybody else needs a more active experience, remember we're down there after Time for All Ages.
Good morning. I am Reverend Michelle Scott Huffman. My pronouns are she, her. I am a middle-aged woman with increasingly pale skin because wintertime. And salt and pepper, short spiky hair, wearing blues and greens and grays today. I'm not normally here in this moment of the service, and today I am. Before our offering time today, I want to take a moment to talk about the thing that nobody wants to talk about in polite company: money. But it's not just money when we talk about it here, it's lived values, it's shared responsibility, it's the work of justice and inclusion, it's life in covenant together. And that's the piece I want to emphasize in this moment: life in covenant together. You may or may not know that the First UU board is comprised of a group of generous and wise and conscientious leaders who take very seriously their responsibilities to the congregation. One of those responsibilities is to present a balanced budget backed by pledged giving at the end of the year for the coming fiscal year, which runs from January 1 to December 31. And if you think you experience anxiety about your own budget sometimes, imagine being responsible for a budget in which you have no control over about 60 or 70 other people and whether they follow through on what they said they do. But what we know from experience is that if members and friends thoughtfully consider their giving for the coming year and submit a pledge for the amount that is appropriate for them, they're more likely to follow through. And if members and friends thoughtfully consider their giving for the coming year and submit a pledge for an amount that's appropriate for them, we as a community can create a budget and go on about the business of being a church and doing our work together because we trust one another to uphold our commitments. So many folks think, well, I'll just give what I have when the offering basket is passed each week and throw some money in there and that will be fine. And that's wonderful. Unfortunately, we can't include any of that in our budget because it's not pledged. So I want to make a special ask for today. For folks who are still on the fence or just haven't pledged yet for whatever reason, if you go ahead and fill out a pledge form, we can plan the work of the church for the next year with your support included. Pledges can be any amount, $5 a month, $10 a month, $100 a month, whatever that amount that's comfortable for you. And if you make a pledge now and you find that it doesn't work for you later, you just get in touch with our administrator and let them know, and we adjust accordingly. So the board tells me that we're about $30,000 short on pledges to start the year with the budget that we need to operate for 2025. There's this beautiful little, this is so fancy. I think the ribbon, does it pull? That's so exciting. Can somebody make a bunch of pledges today so we can pull the ribbon? So we have this visual to help us see where we're at and where we need to be. And it's just like this much that we need to get to where we need to be at the end of the year. So if you haven't done that yet, I want to ask that you consider doing that today or at least within the next couple of weeks so that when January hits, we can have a budget, we can know where we're going, we can do it confidently together in 2025. Because this place where we live needs Unitarian Universalism. And we have the opportunity to live that ourselves and to share it with other people. Thank you to the board for this fun visual with the sliding ribbon that they provided for us, and I look forward to watching us close the gap on that visual in the remaining few weeks of this year. And now, back to our regularly scheduled Sunday offering. Offering our gifts to support the work of building inclusive and just communities is one of the many ways that we live into justice and equity together. Some of us have much to give and some have little, and together it is enough. We are enough to work together for a world where every human can live into their best and most authentic self. If electronic giving is your preferred method, or if you're on Zoom, virtual giving options are available via our website, springfielduu.org. The offertory today is "Be ye lamps unto yourselves," with words attributed to Gautama Buddha, performed by the choir. Hi, it's me again. Last week, we began this portion of the service with a body scan meditation as a way of leaning into the idea of embodied presence and its importance in our lives. Today, we're talking about presence in a different way, the idea of divine or sacred presence as a form of otherness that may exist within, among, or beyond us. But we're still going to begin with the body scan meditation. And while it may seem like engaging an exercise to help us return to our bodies might hamper our ability to connect with the intellectual or spiritual aspects of a sacred other, Many Buddhists and other practitioners of meditation and mindfulness would argue that it is a necessary first step. Psychologist and teacher of meditation and mindfulness, Tara Brach, speaks of exploring embodied presence. She says really how to wake up to these bodies and how embodied presence is the gateway to the sacred. That if we want to really experience the mystery and the numinous and that which is beyond our thoughts, we have to be here awake through these bodies. So let's take a few minutes to wake up to our bodies this morning. Begin by bringing attention to your body. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or simply soften your gaze. Notice your body seated wherever you're seated, or standing if you are, feeling the weight of your body on your feet, on the chair, on the floor. Take a few deep breaths. And as you take a deep breath, bring in more oxygen, enlivening your body. As you exhale, notice a sense of relaxing more deeply. Notice the sensations of your feet touching the floor, the weight and pressure, vibration, heat. Notice your legs against the chair, pressure, pulsing, heaviness, lightness. Notice your back against the chair. Bring your attention into your stomach area. If your stomach is tense or tight, let it soften. Take a breath. Notice your hands. Are your hands tense or tight? See if you can allow them to soften. Notice your arms. Feel any sensation in your arms. Let your shoulders be soft. Notice your neck and throat. Let them be soft as well. Relax. Soften your jaw. Let your face and facial muscles be soft. And notice your whole body present. Take another breath. Be aware of your whole body as best you can. Continue paying attention to your breathing. And now I want to offer a different kind of invitation while you are fully here in your body, aware of it, resting in it. See if you can visualize the sacred. What is it? Where is it? Is it deep down within you? A cell or a spark that may at times get covered over by life and its challenges, and yet fully within the experience of being human? Is it the sacred in the room but outside your body? Is it in the air that fills your lungs, or the history, tradition, and ritual that fills this building? Is it in the other bodies, the humans that surround you? Or is it further still? Is there a glow, a light, a breeze, something that draws your attention and hints at a direction, but feels elusive? Is it a cosmological being? Is it beyond even the cosmos, fully transcendent and outside of any time or place within our comprehension? Wherever and whatever it is, just dwell in your awareness of it for a moment. Mark it in some way. And trace the path you took to get there. Take one final moment to visualize the sacred and its distance, relation, and orientation to your embodied self. And take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Then bring your awareness back to this place. Recognizing that there are 10 or so people on Zoom whose responses we won't be able to see, with apologies. Maybe they can put them in the chat. If you're comfortable sharing by raising your hand, who was able to visualize the sacred within you? About eight or so people. How about outside of you, but in this room with us? Another 7 or so. In the people around you? A few. In the cosmos? More like 10 or 12. Who visualizes the sacred as something outside of any reality that we can name or describe? About 6 or 7 people. Who doesn't connect at all with the idea of the sacred? Couple people. Yeah. So here's the thing, it's not that any religious or spiritual path is right or wrong, that the sacred is within us or around us or completely transcendent from us, but that there are different paths that speak to each of us based on many factors that have shaped the way we see and understand the world. That is the difference in sitting in a Unitarian Universalist church on a Sunday morning than sitting in a different kind of church on Sunday morning where someone tells you these are the answers and this is the right way to believe. We come here with lots of different understandings of the sacred, of humanity, of ourselves, and how we relate together. So it may be that some of us are looking for divine presence or sacred light within in the depths of our soul. And some of us experience it from outside. Maybe we experience it far out in the universe or beyond as something deep and dark and mysterious. Or maybe we experience it in the person next to us. In theological or philosophical terms, these are questions about immanence and transcendence. According to Britannica, the 2 most important concepts that have been developed by theologians and philosophers for the interpretation of the divine are transcendence and immanence. Each is meant to express the relation between the divine and finite realities. Transcendence means going beyond a limit or surpassing a boundary. Immanence means remaining within or existing within the confines of a limit. The divine is said to transcend humanity and the world when it is viewed as distinct from both and not wholly identical with either. The divine is said to be immanent when it is viewed as wholly or partially identical with some reality within the world, such as humanity or the cosmic order. The question of immanence or transcendence is likely as old as humanity's experience with a divine other and our effort to make sense of it. If you're reading the Hebrew and Christian scriptures, you find different examples of very clear experiences of humanity with God that's either immanent or transcendent. And so we can't say that the sacred texts in those traditions push us in one direction or the other. It was certainly a question on the minds of early Unitarians and others who would become known as transcendentalists. Digital history describes these folks in this way. The American Transcendentalists were a group of young New Englanders, mostly of Unitarian background, who found liberal religion too formal and rationalistic to meet their spiritual and emotional needs. Logic and reason, they believed, were incapable of explaining the fundamental mysteries of human existence. Where then could people find answers to life's fundamental problems? The deepest insights, the Transcendentalists believe, were found within the human individual through intuition. The Transcendentalists shared a common outlook, a belief that each person contains infinite and godlike potentialities, an emphasis on emotion and the senses over reason and intellect, and a glorification of nature as a creative, dynamic force in which people could discover their true selves and commune with the supernatural. The conversation goes so much deeper, weaving through ideas like pantheism and panentheism. In fact, if you look up in some online encyclopedia, pantheism, the picture that comes up is of Ralph Waldo Emerson. The text doesn't make any direct connection, so it was an interesting choice to make. But there's Ralph Waldo Emerson as the visual for pantheism. And so the question really, in some ways, is the point, right? What is the answer? Who knows? What if the value lies in the question and not in the answer? What if presence, our own or the sacred other, is something better practiced than discussed? What if the search for something bigger than ourselves that can serve as an anchor or a light or a lure to goodness or wholeness is simply a path that keeps us from slipping into despair or narcissism or hopelessness? And what if in glimpsing the sacred every once in a while, we are filled with wonder and awe and deep curiosity? What if? I'll leave you today with this tiny excerpt from Mary Oliver's beautiful poem, Sometimes, with a strong suggestion that you find time to read the whole thing soon. In section 4, she writes, "Instructions for living a life. Pay attention. Be astonished. Tell about it. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen." The interlude today is Still, 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 a traditional German carol arranged by Michelle Murray and performed by Eva. Hello.
I'm Millie. My pronouns are she and her. I'm an older person. I'm small and I'm also short. Today, my ensemble includes a gray turtleneck, a bluish scarf, a blue jacket, and gray slacks. I also wear glasses. That takes care of me. As a community, we share joys and concerns to keep connected. Slips of paper are available at the greeters table for those in the sanctuary to use for joys and concerns. During the week, you may send your joys and concerns by email to pastoralcare@springfielduu.org or by leaving a voicemail on the church phone 417-883-3922. If you're on Zoom, please use the chat box now for sharing your joys and concerns. All of these joys and concerns will be included in the members' email on Tuesday. We honor each joy or concern with a lighted candle, a symbol of the love we as a community offer for each of these joys and concerns. This morning, Barbara will be lighting the candles. Living love through the practice of presence. Given the season, it seems wise to clarify that we are not focusing on the art of giving, gift giving. Through presence, we are striving to experience the here and now. Even in the midst of holiday excitement and stressors, presence is a gift you can give yourself. I don't know how to pronounce this name, but it looks like Thich Nhat Hanh. It looks like Indian or something. Okay, Holly says I'm right. This person suggests, drink your tea or coffee or cocoa or milk or juice slowly and reverently, as if it is the axis on which the earth revolves. Slowly. Evenly, without rushing for the future. Live the actual moment. Only this moment is life. Close the quote. For this month of December, may our beverages, in addition to hydration, provide us opportunities to practice presence. And now, as we begin this time of sharing, know that though we are in multiple physical spaces, we are together in beloved community. To begin, we hold in love all of us, those present and those absent. We light a candle for our church community. I think that's an announcement, so I'll go on. Okay, Mark McGinn has a joy. He has adjusted his bike so that he can ride it now, and that today is his first trip on it, and he's very happy. So we light the candle. Judy Oliver, Judy, raise your hand, has a very special joy. She is celebrating 63 years of marriage to her best friend. Michael Rodriguez has a joy. He says, my wheelchair comes in Monday afternoon. Oh, wow. Becca has a concern. I'm heartbroken at the conditions that our homeless community endure. We have many amazing temporary programs, yet it's not enough. I implore all who can to volunteer with our homeless community. We'd like the concern, handle the concern for that. Let's see if there's anything on chat. Leah has a joy and it's also a concern. I feel like I'm finally starting to make progress in my treatment program, but it looks like I will be spending the holidays in treatment. I hope I am truly moving toward healing. We light a candle of joy, and it also represents concern for Leah. And from Steve, and this is Steve Samuelson, he expresses a concern for his wife, Anne, who is struggling with Alzheimer's. We light a candle of concern for Steve and his wife, Anne. We honor the complex and heartbreaking struggles of our world. We light a candle for all who are impacted. In closing, for those joys and concerns that remain unspoken, we light a candle. May we hold each of these in our hearts and minds. May our community of love ease sorrow and boost celebration. While we are in multiple physical spaces, we still share space together here in intentional community. And now let us join together in 1 minute of shared silence, followed by Spirit of Life.
Our closing words. May love permeate our every heartbeat. May faith of our heart's own choosing guide our every step. May truth and compassion be our eternal traveling companions. And may a deep abiding spirit rest joyously in our every waking wish and our every resting dream. Our final music today is the Leaf Unfurling. It's number 7 in the Gray Hymnal. Please feel free to stand as you wish and sing. Words also will appear on the blue screens.
Friends, my hope for you as you go from this place today is that you know the deep gift of presence, your own and that of the people around you. You can start immediately after the service by being present together for fellowship in the kitchen area or on Zoom, fellowship together. Our presence truly is the gift that we can offer to one another. And now we will extinguish our communal and personal chalices. And then close with our unison closing words. Our service here is ending. Our service to the world begins anew. Lord, peace.